Okay, right. So see, yesterday under this decision theory method, risk under risk, which we solved one particular type of method which is called EMV. Right? What do you mean by EMV? What do you mean by EMV?
Expected monetary value.
Expected monetary value. Okay, so we solved a few problems based on this expected monetary value, right? So now we have one more method under this. What is that? Under risk, which I'm talking about, is called EOL. What do you mean by EOL?
Expected opportunity loss.
Expected opportunity loss. Okay, so see, if it is EMV, right, your choice of decision, is it a maximum value or minimum value?
Maximum.
Maximum. Why it is maximum? Why you are taking maximum value?
To maximize the profit.
Yeah, so expected monetary value, right? So to maximize the profit, which you are taking maximum value, and again it depends upon the problem. Okay, so of course if they asked you EMV, right, expected monetary value, so as a business process, when you apply this EMV method, then you should take a maximum value itself for your answer. Suppose if it is EOL, expected opportunity loss, right? So which you are talking about, the cost related oriented one, that cost has to be minimized. Okay, so expected opportunity loss is also called expected value of regret. Okay, or expected opportunity loss, EOL. So under EOL method, so let me take one particular problem. Okay, so let me read very fastly. So we'll do the same thing. Yesterday, once I have completed my session, then I have forwarded the problems to you, right? So same like that, even I'm also doing the same thing today. I will forward the problems, then after that, even you please note it down in your books or notes, and solve the same problem again. Okay, so the one problem which we are taking based on this example, right? So a company manufacture goods for a market in which the technology of the product is changing rapidly. Okay, so a company manufactures goods for a market in which the technology of the product is changing rapidly. The research and development department has produced a new product which appears to have potential for commercial exploitation, right? So a further rupees 60,000 is required for development testing. Okay, so they already come up with a one particular product to further to develop, right? For the testing of that particular product they required, which is 60,000 rupees. Okay, a further rupees 60,000 is required for development testing. The company has 100 customers, and each customer might purchase at the most one unit of the product. I repeat one more time. The company has 100 customers, and each customer might purchase at the most one unit of the product. Market research suggests that a selling price of rupees 6,000 for each unit, with the total variable cost of manufacturing and selling estimate are rupees 2,000 for each unit. Okay, so they gave here, which is from a previous experience, it has been possible to devise a probability distribution rating to the proportion of customer who will buy the product, which they mention like this, right? Which is proportion of customers, which is 0.04, 0.08, 0.12, 0.16, 0.20, and the probability, which is 0.10, 0.10, 0.20, 0.40, 0.20. Okay, so determine the expected opportunity losses given no other information than that stated above, and state whether or not the company should develop the product. Okay, so two strategies which we have to take are course of actions, which is S1 and S2 based on this particular problem. What is that? Which is develop or do not develop. Develop or do not develop. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now even see the states of nature, proportion of customers, right, which is I'm mentioning here the P. Okay, so that they gave in the problem, proportion of customers 0.04, 0.08, 0.12, 0.16, 0.20. Okay. Now listen carefully. If the P is the proportion of customers, if the P is the proportion of customers who purchase the new product, the conditional profit is, so the conditional profit is, right, because see, they already mentioned in the problem, market research suggests that a selling price is rupees 6,000 for each unit, which total variable cost of manufacturing and selling estimates of rupees 2,000 for each unit. Okay, suppose to write this, if P is the proportion of customers who purchase the new product, the conditional profit, how you are going to be write, which is 6,000 minus 2,000, right, into 100 P. So what is this 100? Any one of you? Based on the problem?
Number of customers.
100 customers, right? The company has 100 customers. Okay. Now, they mention here a further rupees 60,000 is required for the development testing. Okay. So, minus 60,000. Now, if this is the case, if you calculate this, so you are going to be get, right, which is, how much you are going to be get? Which is 4 lakhs P minus 60,000. Yes or no? 6,000 minus 2,000 into 100 P minus 60,000. So if you are doing this, then if you multiply, then you are going to be get, which is rupees 4 lakhs P minus 60,000. This is your conditional profit. Do you have any doubts? Please ask me. Soumya, do you have any questions?
Sir, once repeat it now, sir.
Yeah, I will repeat. See, the problem which they mentioned, right? 6,000. What is that 6,000? Market research suggests that a selling price of rupees 6,000 for each unit with total variable cost of manufacturing and selling estimates are rupees 2,000 for each unit. So I wrote here 6,000 minus 2,000, which is into 100 customers, that is P, which is proportion of customers, minus 60,000. What is that 60,000? Further they want to improve that product. For that they required 60,000. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now, so if you multiply this, right, then you are going to be get 4 lakhs P, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Then minus 60,000. This is your conditional profit. This is your conditional profit. So conditional profit equals to rupees 4 lakhs P minus 60,000. Any questions?
No, sir.
Now I'm making a table. Now I'm making a table here, right? So which is 3, okay, or 2. The first one, which is states of nature, which is states of nature, right? That is proportion of customers P. Okay, as per the problem they gave 0 0.04, 0 0.08, 0 0.12, 0 0.16, then 0 0.20. Yes or no? Now conditional profit. Conditional profit rupees, which is 4 lakhs P minus 60,000. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now course of actions. Course of actions, we have one S1 and S2. What is that S1? Which is develop. And S2? do not develop. Okay, now see, if you apply here, right, which is 4 lakh P minus 60,000, right? So what is P here, which is 0.4. Now here first one, any one of you substitute 4 lakh P, 4 lakh into 0.04 minus 60,000, how much?
Minus 44,000.
Minus 44,000, minus 44,000. Now second one, 4 lakh P minus 60,000, that means P which is 0.8 here.
Minus 28,000.
Minus 28,000, good. Now third one,
Minus 12,000.
minus 12,000. Next,
4,000.
4,000. Next,
20,000.
20,000. Any questions? If you have any questions, please ask me. So we substitute the values, that's it. We got already conditional profit 4 lakhs P minus 60,000, under P which is 0.4, we got here minus 44,000, then 0.8 we got here minus 28,000. If you substitute this 0.8 here in the P, then you're going to get this value minus 12,000, 4,000, 20,000. Now if any one of you can please tell me, if you do not develop, will you incur all this cost?
No.
No, so it becomes 0 itself. 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. Any questions? Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please ask me. No?
No, sir.
Now, next, let me rub this one and let me make it, or else let me draw here itself. And I will make here only one, the same table, which is opportunity loss values. Okay, opportunity loss values. Opportunity loss values. So one more here which I am adding, probability. So probability is the already mentioned. Probability they already mentioned in the problem, which is how much? 0.10, which is again 0.10, then 0.20, then 0.40, right, and 0.20. 0.40, 0.20. Okay, so conditional profit we already calculated. Yes or no? Now we have to calculate here. I'm making same table here, which is extension of this. I think hope you are watching this particular one. This is this one which is opportunity loss. Opportunity loss in rupees. Okay, now S1 and S2. Okay, now observe carefully here. Now 44,000 0. In these two, which one is the maximum?
0.
0 is maximum. So to get this opportunity loss value, right, 0 minus of minus 44,000, because you are finding this S1 value. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Minus 44,000 0. Okay, so out of these two, which one is the maximum? 0 is the maximum. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So to get this value, 0 minus of minus 44,000, how much?
44,000.
Exactly. Next,
28,000.
0 is a maximum. 0 minus of minus 28,000.
28,000.
Now here 0 is a maximum.
12,000.
Sorry?
12,000.
12,000. Now what about fourth one?
minus 4,000.
Wrong. Why it is wrong?
Oh, sorry. Maximum is 4,000.
Exactly. Good.
So,
You are finding this an opportunity loss. Which one is the maximum? 4,000 minus 4,000.
4,000.
Huh?
0.
4,000 minus 4,000.
No, sir. 0.
Are you following, Soumya?
Okay, so we have to subtract maximum minus minimum, sir.
No. See, to find out this value, right, wherein the opportunity loss. So we are checking these two. Which one is the maximum?
0.
Where is the maximum? So 0 minus of minus 44,000, because we are finding this value.
Okay.
Okay, so to find out this value, and we are checking here in the maximum 0. So 0 minus of minus 28,000. Then
Okay.
to find out this 0 minus of minus 12,000. To find out this, which one is the maximum? 4,000.
4,000.
So
Okay.
which value is here? Which is 4,000 is set. 4,000 minus 4,000. Now,
0.
yeah, next
20,000 minus 20,000. 0.
0. Good. Now here,
Yes, 2.
yes, 2. Tell me. Same logic again.
No, minus 0. 0.
Exactly, because 44,000 0, which one is a maximum? 0. So 0 minus 0, it becomes 0. Then same thing, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0. Now here,
0 minus 4,000. Minus 4,000.
Again maximum value.
Maximum is 4,000, sir.
Yes, 4,000 minus 0, right?
4,000 minus 0. Oh, yeah. 4,000.
Exactly. So if you made it minus 4,000, it becomes wrong again. Did you understand this logic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just I'm doing here, I'm comparing these two. Which one is the maximum? 0. Out of that, to find out this 0 minus 44,000, we got 44. So 0 minus 28,000, minus of minus 28,000, 28,000. 0 minus of minus 12,000, 12,000. Now here 4,000 is a maximum. 4,000 minus 4,000, it becomes 0. Here maximum is 20 minus 20,000 minus 20,000, it becomes 0. Now to find out this, which one is the maximum? 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. But whereas here 4,000 is a maximum. 4,000 minus 0. So it becomes 4,000. Now what about here?
20,000 minus 0. 20,000.
Exactly. Good. Okay. So what we did first we identified the conditional profit. So based on the conditional profit, right, so we calculated S1 and S2. Then based on that opportunity loss we calculated, right? Now, so calculate in the below, which is I'm writing here, which is EOL S1. EOL S1. So how it is going to be calculated? 44,000, right? Because we got here S1 44,000 into 0.1, which is probability, plus 28,000 into 0.1, plus 0.2 into 12,000, plus 0.4 into 0, plus 0.2 into 0. Are you following? Shall I write here?
Yes, sir. Understood.
So I will write here. Now see, EOL, which is S1 0.10 into 44,000 plus 0.10 into 28,000 plus 0.20 into 12,000 plus 0.40 into 0 plus 0.20 into 0. Now, can I know the value? Total value?
9,600.
9,600. So any one of you calculate EOL S2 also, which is 0.10 into 0 plus 0.10 into 0 plus 0.10 into 0 plus 0.40 into 4,000 plus 0.20 into 20,000. Answer please. 5,600.
600.
So since this is expected opportunity loss, right? So you have to minimize. So which strategy you are going to be choose?
S2.
S2. So what is that S2? Is it develop or do not develop?
Do not develop.
Do not develop. So since the company seeks to minimize the expected opportunity loss, the company should select course of action, which is S2, do not develop the product with the minimum EOL. So minimum EOL, which is 5,600, which is S2, which is do not develop. Right? If you have any questions, please ask me. So the only one thing from EMV under risk, right? So you have to work on conditional profit. That's it, based on the problem. So if you understand this logic, then it is easy, simple. If you have any questions, please ask me. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Now, so simple, same like this. Now I'm taking one more, which is EVPI under risk. So as of now, we did EMV, EOL, and one more, which is EVPI. So what is this EVPI? Expected value of perfect information. So in this, maybe they are going to be ask you all methods, EMV method, EOL method, and EVPI method also. So we'll solve such type of problems. Okay, so most probably, maybe if any professor want to give, they may give this type of question only, EVPI related. Okay, they may ask, find out EMV, find out EOL, and find out EVPI. Okay, so it look like maybe a big problem, but it's simple if you understand the procedure. Okay, so we'll go ahead with the EVPI method, which is expected value of perfect information. Okay, so EVPI, which is a calculated based on, right, expected profit with perfect information minus expected profit without perfect information. Okay, with perfect information and without perfect information. Okay, so under this EVPI, expected value of perfect information. Okay, so let me read one problem. Okay, so let me take this particular problem to solve under this EVPI method. A company needs to increase its production beyond its existing capacity. I repeat, a company needs to increase its production capacity, production beyond its existing capacity. Okay, so it has narrowed the alternatives to two approaches to increase the production capacity. Okay, what is the two alternatives which they have? First one, which is expansion, right? So at a cost of rupees 8 million, right? So A, which is expansion at a cost of rupees 8 million, or B, second alternative, which is modernization. So how many alternatives they have? How many alternatives they have? Two alternatives. What are they?
Expansion and modernization.
So if they go ahead expansion, how much cost they are going to be incur?
8 million.
8 million. So if it is B, modernization at a cost of rupees 5 million, expansion 8 million and modernization 5 million. Both approaches would require the same amount of time for implementation. Okay, now the management believes that over the required payback period, demand will either be high or moderate. Okay, Since high demand is considered to be somewhat less likely than moderate demand, the probability of high demand has been set as 0.35, right? So 0.35. If the demand is high, expansion would gross an estimated additional rupees 12 million, but modernization only an additional rupees 6 million. Okay. So if the demand is high, expansion would gross an estimated additional rupees 12 million, but modernization only an additional of rupees 6 million. Okay, due to lower maximum production capability. Okay, so on the other hand, if the demand is moderate, the comparable figures would be rupees 7 million for expansion and 5 million for modernization. Okay, so they gave problem like this, and they gave a questions. A, calculate the conditional profit in relation to various action and outcome combinations and states of nature. This is first one. And second one, if the company wishes to maximize its expected monetary value, should it modernize or expand? Second one. And the third one, calculate the EVPI, expected value of perfect information, which they asked. And the last one, construct the conditional opportunity loss table and also calculate EOL. So how many they asked? 4. What is that first one? First one which they asked, calculate the conditional profit in relation to various action and outcome combination of states of nature. And the second one which they asked, if the company wishes to maximize its expected monetary value, should it modernize or expand? And the third one, calculate the EVPI. And the fourth one, which is construct the conditional opportunity loss table and also calculate EOL. Right? Clear? So how many questions they asked? 4. So first one, which is construct, right? And the second one, which is EMV method, and the third one, which is EVPI method, and the fourth one, EOL method. So combination of all. Okay, so this is extreme case. Maybe you are going to be get question like this. As of now, we solved EMV separate and EOL separate. Now under EVPI, they asked even 4 again. Okay, so EMV, EOL, and EVPI, and even construction of that. Okay, so now the solution is goes like this. Okay, now if you understand this particular problem, of course I can understand that because you don't have this particular problem. I read this problem after this session, which I'm going to forward to you. Once again, go through the same problem and understand. Okay, so see, which is, see the states of nature. You have to understand the states of nature which they gave here: high demand and moderate demand. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The course of actions?
Expansion and modernization.
Yes, expand and modernize. Expansion and modernize. Okay, so see here, which is the probability that the demand is high estimated. How much they gave? Which is 0.35 in the problem. Okay, so the probability that the demand is high, which is estimated at 0.35, the probability of moderate demand must be, which is 1 minus
0.35.
0.35. Okay, how much? Hope you got. Okay, now based on this, which we are going to be calculate even conditional profit values. Okay, so this is simple one, because the probability of moderate demand, which is must be 1 minus 0.35, because they gave 0.35, which is demand is high estimated. So then we are going to be get 0.65. The probability that the demand is high estimated at 0.35, the probability of moderate demand must be, which is 1 minus 0.35, which becomes 0.65. Okay, clear? Are you following? I think I'm not going fast, right? Yes or no? Respond. Shall I go slow or I'm going fast? Respond, anyone. Shall I go slow?
No, sir, we can understand.
Fine. Okay. Now, see states of nature. So I'm making table here, so you have to work. So I'm working on A problem. Okay, so what they asked, A, which is calculate the conditional profit in relation to various action and outcomes combination and states of nature. Okay, so states of nature, right, or states of nature, fine, and conditional profit. Conditional or profit due to course of action, due to course of action. Okay, so how many we have here? Two, right? What is that? Expand or expansion, which I'm considering S1, and second one,
Modernization.
modernization, which is S2. Okay, now what about states of nature, which is demand, which they have
High and moderate.
high demand and moderate demand. So this which I'm considering N1 and this is N2, since it's states of nature. This is S1 and S2. Okay, now see once again which I'm going to be read the problem to make here, because two course of actions which they gave, expansion and modernization, high demand and moderate demand. Okay, so now see which, if it is expansion at a cost of rupees 8 million, right, and modernization at cost of rupees 5 million, yes or no? Now even see, then if the demand is high, expansion would gross an estimated additional rupees 12 million, but modernize only an additional rupees 6 million due to lower maximum estimated additional rupees 12 million, but modernize only an additional rupees 6 million due to lower maximum production capacity. Okay, so rupees 12 million, but modernization only an additional rupees 6 million. Okay, clear? Now the first one, which is high demand and expand, which is 12 minus 8 as per the problem, yes or no? What is the 12?
Additional.
Exactly, right? So why I'm taking 8 here?
The
Because
cost for
expansion cost, which is 8 million,
yes.
yes or no? Now the same thing based on the problem which they gave, which is 7 minus 8. Now 12 minus 8 how much? Which is 4. 7 minus 8 how much? Which is 1. Okay, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then modernize is also, which is 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5, which is 1. Then 5 minus 5, which is 0. Okay, clear? Right? So based on the problem, so if you have the problem, then you can understand this, how come I gave, because they gave in the problem itself. Okay, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right, now the first one is over, they ask the same thing, that's it. So just identify states of nature and even course of actions and find that. So we find that values. So now in the further procedure which we are going to be considered, 4 1 minus 1 0. Okay, right, now A over, now I'm going to take B. What is that B problem which they gave in the problem, right? So if the company wishes to maximize its expected monetary value, should it modernize or expand? Should it modernize or expand? Okay, so based on EMV. Okay, so then again I'm taking the table here, which is so we know very well about that first one, which is states of nature. States of nature, demand, what is that? High demand, yes or no?
Yes,
And
sir.
moderate demand. moderate demand. Now probability, which is they already gave, because we already calculated, right? Since the probability that the demand is high, expected, estimated at 0.35, the probability of moderate demand must be 1 minus 0.35, then it becomes 0.65. So high demand, how much?
0.35.
Then moderate demand,
0.65.
0.65. Okay, so conditional profit. So just now we calculated conditional profit, which is due to course of actions. Due to course of action, which we have here two. One is expand, that is S1, and one more which is modernize, S2. So as per the calculation which we got the value 4 1 minus 1 0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now see, calculate EMV. Calculate EMV. Okay, so EMV S1, right, that is 0.35 into 4 plus 0.65 minus 1. How much? How much?
0.75.
0.75, that is rupees 0.75 millions as per the problem. Now same like that, calculate EMV S2, 0.35 into 1 plus 0.65 into 0.
0.35.
0.35 millions. Okay, so as per this, so which one is the best one?
0.75.
0.75. Which strategy?
S1.
What is the test one?
Expansion.
Expand. Okay, so as per the EMV, then we are taking one strategy based on this application. So that company has to go with the expansion process. So we also did B. We did B also. Any questions? Shall I rub this one?
Yes, sir.
So now we have only two. One is C and one is D. Right? So what is that C? They asked calculate the EVPI. Right? So we'll calculate now EVPI. So we'll calculate EVPI, that is C, which they asked. Okay, so same again. So I'm making table here, which is states of nature, first one. Okay, so high demand and moderate demand, and the second one, which is probability. Any one of you can please tell me probability values? 0.35 and 0.65. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then optimal course of action. Optimal course of action. Now what is optimal course of action here, which we have S1 and S2? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then profit from optimal course of action. Optimal course of action, which is rupees in millions, right? So which we are going to be right here to, okay, so conditional profit, conditional profit, right, and weighted profit. weighted profit. Now, any one of you can please tell me, in the previous table, we got the values like this, right? Which is 4, 1, minus 1, 0. Okay. So, in the 4 minus 1, so in the S1, which we are taking here, right? S1, 4 minus 1, sorry, 4, 1. Which one is the maximum?
4.
4 is the maximum. So conditional profit value which we are going to be take 4. Now minus 1, 0. Which one is maximum here?
0.
0. Okay, clear? Now weighted profit. So you have to calculate like this. So 4 into 0.35. 4 into 0.35. How much?
1.4.
1.40. Then 0 into anything, it becomes 0 itself. Then this is called EPPI. It's not EVPI. It's called EPPI. Okay. So EPPI, which is 1.40. Okay. So what is that EPPI?
Expected
Profit
information.
Profit with perfect information or without perfect information?
Under perfect information.
Under perfect information. Okay. Now, see, are you following? Now you have to calculate EVPI. So EVPI equals to, right, EPPI minus EMV. Now EPPI, how much we got?
1.40.
What about EMV value in the previous B, which we got?
0.75.
Point?
75.
No, EMV S1, which is a probability value. EMV S1 probability value.
0.35.
Under moderate expand.
Sir, in previous table EMV we got highest profit is 0.75 million, no, sir.
0.75. Yeah. EPPI we got 1.40 and EMV S1 which is 0.75, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So minus 0.75. Now how much?
0.65.
So rupees 0.65 millions. 0.65 millions. So EPPI which we got 1.40 and the EMV which we got in the previous problem which is 0.75, right, under S1 strategy, right? So minus 1.40 minus 0.75, which you are going to be get rupees 0.65 million. So we got even C also. Now the only one thing left over, what is that?
Conditional profit.
Conditional profit. That is D. Shall I rub this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now make a table. So the D which we are calculating, same again, states of nature, right? So which is high demand and moderate demand, that is N1 and N2, right? Probability which is 0.35 and 0.65, right? So conditional profit due to course of action S1, S2. How much we got?
4.1.
4.1
Minus 1 0.
minus
Minus 1 0.
minus 1 0. Now this is conditional opportunity. Conditional opportunity loss. Conditional opportunity loss which is S1, S2. Now, same thing previously which we did. Tell me. Which one is the best? Highest one.
Okay. Okay. 4.
4. 4
5.
minus 4. It becomes 0. Then what about here?
0 minus minus 1.
Hmm.
1.
Yes. 1. Next.
4.
4
4 minus 1.
Which one is the maximum?
4, sir.
4 minus 1.
3.
Here?
0.
0. So now we got the values, right? So EOL S1. How to calculate? 0.35 into 0 plus 0.65 into 1. How much?
0.65.
Now EOL S2 0.35 into 3 plus 0.65 into 0. How much?
1.05.
Rupees 1.05 million. So because since it is a EOL, which strategy you are going to be choose?
Maximum. Minimum.
Minimum 0.65, that is EOL. So what is S1 here?
Expansion.
So since the decision maker seeks to minimize the expected opportunity loss, he must select course of action, which is S1. So what is that S1? Which is expansion. So it produces the smallest expected opportunity loss to him. Are you following?
Yes, sir. Sir, if the question is asked like calculate EVPI, first we need to calculate EMV, then EPPI, and then we'll get EVPI.
Yes, exactly. So if they asked you EVPI, so first you have to calculate first EMV and EPPI. Then only it would be possible to you to calculate EVPI. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So this is about risk related problems. So as of now we did EMV, right? Under EMV we solved 3 problems. I solved 2 and I gave 1 practical problem to you to solve, right? And even EOL also we solved problems today, right? Under EOL we solved 1 problem, and EVPI, under EVPI we solved again EOL and even EVPI, and even how to frame conditional profit, and even EPPI also. Okay, clear? So this is an extreme stage, maybe you are going to get a problem. Okay, now with this we completed one portion in the decision theory. Under uncertainty we solved 5 methods, which is opportunity criteria and pessimist criteria and equal probability criteria and Hurwitz criteria, coefficient of optimism, and the last one which is Salvage criteria. Under risk we solved EMV, EOL and EVPI, expected value of perfect information. Okay, so the one more concept is left over. I mean to say about 2 concepts, right? So let me finish decision tree. After that we'll go ahead with the network analysis. Shall we go ahead with the decision tree now? Are you interested? Or shall we stop now itself? Choice is yours. Tell me. Soumya?
Sir, I don't know, sir, based on others' opinion.
I think it's only 5 students here. 1, 2, 3, 4 only. So shall we stop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So we'll discuss decision tree, how to construct decision tree and how to solve the problems under based on decision tree in the next class, right? and after that we will go ahead with the network related problems. Okay, which is two methods we have, that is one is CPM, critical path method, and one is PERT, program evaluation review technique. This methods is also most important one, you may get questions, right? So happy Dasara in advance, enjoy the day, and we'll meet again 27th. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow we don't have class, so we'll meet again Tuesday as per your request. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so good day, we'll meet on Tuesday. Enjoy the festival. Happy Dasara to everyone.
Happy Dasara.
Thank you.